My name is Jim Nowka, and I'm the owner of American Knife Company. I started out life as knife forums in 1998. Prior to that, I was a closet knife nut, I guess you would call me. I had a bunch of different kinds of knives. I was a big knife collector and was always searching for the perfect knife. And then I found knife forums, and I found it. I started knife forums and decided that that was kind of better than being a knife dealer. I was really, it was the advent of the internet. Built my first website in '95, I think it was. So '98, I started knife forums. It grew and grew and grew to about 60,000 people, members, I think. F&W Media purchased it from me. They own Blade Magazine, and then they hired me for a year. And we found out that I was not really fit for corporate world. So, literally about 5 or 6 years ago, Mike was saying, you need to start a knife company. You need to start a knife company. You need to start a knife company. And I was like, oh yeah, but then, and finally I did. And Mike from Bark River manufactures all my knives. We've been doing prototypes at grind-ins for the past 5-6 years. I chose Bark River really simply because they're the only ones that can do what they do. I was looking for somebody that could do a handmade knife. They're the only ones that can do a handmade knife. I mean, there's no manufacturing in America that guys are picking up the blades, they're putting them into the grinding wheel and sharpening them themselves and finishing them out themselves and buffing the handles themselves. They're the ones that are doing it. The guys here are phenomenal. I stack any of these guys up against almost any custom maker in America for sure. Our first offering was the Forest knife, which is we got the specs out of Morris Kohansky's book about bushcraft. And so this is our little take on it. Has a pommel that is pinned on with Corby bolts. The scales are Corby bolted into place. And some people are a little bit afraid of it because it doesn't have a big, deep choil for your finger. I call this an adult knife. It's really for people that understand how to use a knife. The more I've been playing with it, the more I really, really love it. I had a few guys say that the handle was a little bit too big. So we shrunk it down a little bit and made the Forest Compact, which is slightly smaller, about, I think it's like 92% the size of the Forest knife. And I started carrying this guy and fell in love with this. Fell in love all over again with the Compact. It's got a little bit shorter handle, and it's very, and for most cutting tasks, it works really well. I mean, I was making triggers and doing a lot of carving and stuff. Made a set of spoons with it. So then we had some guys that were saying that, oh, you can't reach into the bottom of a peanut butter jar with a small knife like this, so we wanted a 5-inch blade. So we ended up with a 5-inch blade with the Forest 2, which is the same exact size handle as the original Forest, just the blade is a little bit longer. And so a guy could use it, just feels a little more knifey, I guess you could call it. I'm not sure, like, if you could use it for scraping a bigger area, that kind of stuff. It's for batoning. You should not be afraid of batoning with it. It's literally designed to do all of your bushcrafting stuff. Should never have any issues in the woods with it. When you want to go out and really just start like building log cabins with your knife, this would be the guy to have.